Hi, I'm Pagata12 and today we play with fireworks. I let you know from the very beginning I hate them so much. And this is a revenge for Carmen, silent fireworks. And some of you might ask why this isn't a pop tutorial. And it's because I'm not that good yet. And I also love so much this texture method. You see, for me, this little thing here is like the ultimate abacus. In fact, those 11 pixels here control what you see. So yeah, we can play with the boundary box, and yeah, the fireworks will conform to that volume. Now let's start with some drawings. I will explain what we're gonna do here. So you see, we have a boundary box, and instead of having the fireworks starting from the bottom and go up in the sky and have them explode like that, instead we have some walkers, random walkers, in the upper part of the boundary box, and yeah, we build some triggers for them to explode. And here we have yeah, a particle, and the red vector is the explosion vector, and eventually the trajectory goes like that. And yeah, we have a green vector, it's a gravity, and the trick here is to give those two vectors with weights. I mean, when the particle it's very young, like here, okay, it will take only red. As the particle goes older and older, it will take less red and more green, okay? And yeah, we build exactly that. So it's something I learned from a 5-year-old kid. I give him those pieces, right? And he put those pieces all around in a sand. We were at a festival, and I said, wow, it's a sun, bravo. And he slowly displays, push with his fingers those segments a little bit further away from the center, and he said, no, it's an explosion. And that moment I was so full of joy that someone as young really understood the meaning of those little pieces. And yeah, it was one of the nicest explosion I saw, and I already served in the army. I saw some real ones, but yeah. Okay, now we start with this from scratch. So let's use a container for this, even though we don't render out anything, but we use here, or I use for the first time in a tutorial, customize component. So let's name this little folder here, fireworks. Okay. For which we want to have, I don't know, the shells, but I will not call them shells. I will call them cells, as it will make sense in our textures much better. So how many explosions we have? Okay, this is an integer, single value. Okay, and now how many particles per cell or per shell? Okay, the particles. Okay, we add that too, and then we need a box, a boundary box. So let's call it box, and we need floats, 3 of them. Okay, and also something for trail. Okay, length, it's integer. Okay, and now the resolution, and we need 2 integers. Okay, now very quick, let's set some default values for them. So let's go with 11 cells, particles 1 to 8, box, it will be 0.5, 1, 0.6, length, let's go with 18, and resolution I will have 1080 and 1920. Okay, so this is good. Let's name this fireworks. Okay, and yeah, let's go inside. We have a parameter chop here, and we have all the parameters, but I need something. Okay, so I will chain a null in between those two, collapse selected, and I name this data. Okay, now inside I want to select the cells, and I call them cells map. It's actually the size for the texture in which I want to keep the cells. So now we use a mat with root and ceiling. Okay, a merge here. Okay, now we copy those two again, and we do the same thing but for the particles. Okay, and okay, and I will have here also keyboard in chop, and I rename this into pulse. Okay, now let's see. The idea with those 2 vectors, okay, it's we take as much from this as less from this one, and we go inverse. Okay, so it's a relation between them, and the life decide that the age of the particle. So we need to build something like a tool like for lifespan. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, we have a base here. Let's go inside, and how many cells we have? 11 in this case. I will use a ramp to be cell by 1 size, 32 mono, and right after I go with point repack, and I repack this into a cell map. Okay, now let me go inside and set this to nearest pixel. Okay, now those are my 11 pixels, and this texture that I need. Okay, and I want to use a mat with a ceiling, and right now I have this mask. Okay, and now I can multiply with this something to cut out those empty pixels. Okay, let me check my. Okay, now in order to build this increment of life, let's say, yeah, because it's an increment of life. So we have a little value and we add it above and above and above, and till we reach 1. When we reach 1, we go to 0 again, and the 0, 1 is our life, our particle life, okay? And let's go with a constant, and it's a 32 mono, okay? We use it to initialize the feedback like this, and we have a feedback here for which let's drag the pools, okay, and I will use a mate, but the feedback goes into the second input. I'll have this 0 goes into first input, and for now let's add let's connect the 0 also for the third input, okay? This mate should be on luminance. We add now a little value, different value for all the 11 pixels, okay? And let's use this constant in a select to have it for the resolution. And now I want to have a noise like this, and this noise, it's only the noise, okay? Now let's set offset to 1 and amplitude 1/3, okay? Now the values are mostly 1 and above and under with a third, and there is a variation of their lives, okay? And now I want to use a math, okay? And I multiply with 1 divided by 96, and if you wonder where is this from, then I'll go with 64 plus 32. So most of the times, and I get is my common now, I increment with those values, power of 2. So okay, now we add this and we drag it back to the feedback. You see, everything gets brighter. So that means that little increment, which we can't see right now, right here, it's added each frame, and we get to the some big values, and we can check them. Okay, 11, 12, 14, so and so on. Okay, what we want once we reach to 1 to reset. Okay, so let me drag out of the feedback a math, and I will go with -1 on pre-add and ceiling. Okay, and let me reset again, and we'll have some white pixels here. Now you can check, and some of the values are with minus, even though you can see -0. Okay, and I would like to limit this with clamp. Okay, and I will use this for the third input in the matte. Okay, and maybe we can select this constant. This way you can see the three much better, the three inputs of the matte. Okay, and yeah, we are good. Now we can multiply this, because yeah, our matte give us values for 16 pixels, and in this way we clean the rest. So this is out 1 I will call this live. Okay. Now I also want to out this. This is mask. And I also need, not null. I prefer to put an out. And I will show you why. So this is trigger, okay? Let me check everything its nearest pixel. Okay. Now I know this folder has 3 outputs, and for me that means I have 3 important things there. So let's call this lifespan. Okay, and yeah, let's select. So lifespan. Okay. Yeah, so every time I need something, I do like this, even though I have an out here. Out for me is just to see how much relevant things I have here, okay, to use in my network. And now that we have this lifespan, let's solve those walkers in a upper side of the boundary box. Okay, so I use a base again, and I call it start. Okay, and let's go inside, and inside I want to have a constant, which is actually this resolution, 32 RGBA. Okay, A is 0, and here I would like to have the middle of the box for the X and Z, and the upper side for the Y. So I will drag like this, and then I go and divide by 2 the first and the third, and here I divide by 4, and I take 3 parts. Okay, now let's have some noise here, and I'll go with 0.2. Okay, and let's play this with ABS time dot frame divided by 1024. Okay. Let's have an out. And I also want to limit those walkers to stay in my box also. So we need 3 limits. First one, I color this red, and I mask everything else. And I limit this with nut clamp, zigzag. Okay, from 0, and yeah, box 1. This I color green, and like this. And we have box 2 here. Okay. And again, the blue one, box 3. Okay. Let me make this nearest pixel. Okay, and yeah, we have the starting points, So they are walking there, and we already have the trigger, the moment when we say you explode, the new, and so on. And this is nice. Now, let's see, let's multiply this also with, let me split left and right, and then I will drag here in the select this mask. Okay. Now we're good. Let's see now what we do now. Now that we have the starting points, we want to start with as many particles as we have, okay, for each of the cell. So that means we fit this texture, and it will be cell map multiply with particles map. Okay, so let me do like this, Control X, and now copy this, and yeah, we are good. And those are the same, right? We have 128, or in this case we have 144, because it's a map, it's 12, right? So we need somehow to do that masking also for the particles. So, but yeah, we will do that. So right now we have the load for the on a cell. Okay, it's there at that position, right? And we will use the mate again. So I'll have a feedback here. Let me use the pulse. Okay, and this goes into a mate, not a mat, sorry. Okay, and this feedback is the second, and the third decide what to take. Okay, and let's have a select, but this one has to select the trigger. Okay, now this trigger will decide what we take here, but we have to add the force, right? So we add something, obviously. Now let's see what we add. So we need to add the force of explosion. Okay, let's forget about the gravity for now. This explosion can be whatever direction, and so yeah, let's use a noise, and we need a constant for the resolution. So let's have a constant. Okay, and the resolution is the same, cell map multiply with particles map. So I can take it from here. Okay, because right now we give a direction to all of them. And yes, it might be different from cell to cell, because and we can start with this. No, 0, and then a noise, and let's make sure this is RGBA like this, and not monochrome. Okay, and only the noise. And you see here we have a bunch of directions for the explosion, right? And we can try that, but you know, imagine the fireworks will from what I know, they will not explode as many particles underneath them. Okay, and this is might also be because of the transporter shell speed, and then that speed will be added, and we want to trick that. Okay, so instead of having this ball, all perfect ball of forces, okay, let's go here with 1 on Y. Okay, and here let's use plus. Okay, and now let's play with the amplitude. You see, now the direction are much better, but it will be not necessary good if we don't normalize this. So we can normalize this. Let's have again the build from scratch. So, oh, sorry about this. Null. Okay. Normalize. Okay. And in this one here, we use a matte, and we go with length, mask the alpha. This is mono, and here we use a composite with divide. So we set divide and also transform input 1. So now we go divide. Let's set everything to okay. Let's have a look now what we have now. Now we have much nicer spread of things, you see, and I will use this for the explosions. Okay, and yeah, in order to not have all the same perfect, the same distribution, which means they have a perfect the same speed. Okay, we can use a noise, and yeah, let's use a noise here, and we go like this, and maybe amplitude is 1 divided by 8. We'll check it later anyway. So 0.001. Okay, now this is the explosion vector. Okay, we need to choose in between the explosion vector and the gravity vector. Let's do the gravity vector. The gravity vector would be a constant, the same, right? And this is -1, and everything else is the same. So now we use the matte. Okay, and who decide which we take from? Let's see, the life. Okay, so let's bring the life here. This matte is luminance, and then let's set this. Okay, and we have this force, right? Now I would like to get rid of the those 0 pixels, which in this case are not 0 anymore, because we use matte, and yeah, maybe here, or I prefer to have like this. So we use multiply, and I multiply this. like that, but this is mask. Okay. Okay. And now this is masked. Okay. And let's add them, but first, you see, this is quite big, the vector is quite big. If we add such a big thing, yeah, we ruin it. And instead, we multiply with a very small number. In this case, I will use math and multiply with, and again, 1 divided by 1 to 8 plus 64. Okay, it's a very small number. I don't need to affect the alpha, okay? And let's add this, and we drag this add into this feedback. So, okay, let's make this feedback black. And yeah, let's see what we have. So we have a null, and we name this position. Okay, and we'll make it crazy color, because we're gonna use this for instancing, and we want to instance a very small box. Okay, so a box. Okay, and let me check here. Yeah, the uniform scale, it's 1 divided by 1 to 8. Okay, let's chain geometry, use the instancing, translate R, G, and B. And yeah, something happened, but not necessarily good right now. So let's check geometry viewer. Okay. So let's see. This has to be luminance. Okay. Okay. Now let's make sure everything is nearest pixel. We don't render anything, so yeah, don't worry about interpolation where you need it. So yeah. So now we have those explosions, right? And let's make them better. Okay. First thing I would like to do is to give them color. Okay. And also to limit them inside the boundary. Let's also build a quick box. Okay, and we take box 1, box 2, box 3. I'm not sure if I do this, it will, oh, great, divided by 2, divided by 2, divided by 2. So let's see the box. The box is like this. It's good. Let's use a geometry. And this geometry takes wire constant. Okay. Okay. Now we can see the boundary box, and yeah, as I said, would be nice now to limit the particles. Okay, so again, 3 limits. Let's copy them, right? Here, so copy. Okay. What they ask for is this value, so we can delete the parent 2. And also we need to change the zigzag into clamp. Okay. And now we have this, which is pretty good. Okay. Now let's do the colors. Now the colors, I would like to build a base for the colors. So let's have a base, and we go inside. Okay, let's split the screen top and bottom, because we're gonna need something from some other place, like from here, for example. So we are in the base one. Let's name this color. Okay. And now okay, I was checking my network, and now let's use a constant to initialize a noise. I prefer to do this. So this is a cell map. Okay. Okay. And here we have a noise. We only take the noise. And this is color, so we want those colors. Okay. Now, yeah, we can tweak this. Let's go with 2/3 the offset and 1/3 the amplitude to have a brighter. Let's also play this. Okay. So ABS time dot frame divided by 1 to 8. Okay. Now, what else we need here? We need a select, and let's select the trigger. Okay, the trigger from the lifespan. So we have it here. Okay. And now we go with feedback and the mate again. So I have a feedback. Let's use this pulse. Okay, and I have this mate. Again, feedback goes in the second, and this is the third. And mate, it's taking the luminance. Okay, and yeah, it goes into the feedback. And now we have an out. Here, let's set everything to nearest pixel. Okay. And now you see, even though the noise is moving fast, we can actually go make it faster. And okay, we have colors when we need them. Okay. And now let's do something else with them. I also want to use alpha, and alpha will help to turn off the fire. Okay, and I would like to have the life. So I select again the life. I use a level. I go invert, okay, and now with a reorder, like this, I set input 2, the red of input 2 being alpha. Okay, we are good. And now we need that fit, because right now we are only 4x4. So where we have that fit. It's here. And now we name this color. And we give it a pinky color. Okay. Now, what else? We would like to have the scale. Okay. Once the particles get down, they become smaller, and we are good, but let's make use of the mask. So I have the mask here, and then again a fit. And this is the scale. A null scale. Okay. And let's make use of those now. Let's put them here. Okay. And here we have now the scale is R, and here we have the color R, G, B, A, and let's use a constant, and here in the constant, blend transparency, and yeah, you see they become smaller, and yeah, very nice colors. And now let's see something else. We have two more things to build. I hope will not take too long. First is we want to increase the explosion moment. Okay, it's like when the particles are young, very young babies. Okay, the explosion force is much bigger. Okay, how we do that? So let's solve that first. Okay, now luckily this, as I said, it's a wonder texture. Okay, we have it there. So let's select the trigger. Where is the trigger? Okay, this is the trigger. Okay, I will make a little bit of room here after the noise, like this. And in this trigger I have the moment 0 for each particle, so you can't get more baby than this, right? And let's use a reorder, and I'll need this to be mono alpha. Okay, I need that alpha. And now let's use the feedback from image filters, feedback. Okay, let's go inside, select everything, nearest pixel, and maybe we connect the pools here, and let's go with 9, 5. Okay, now you see right after the birth I'll have more white. The white stays there for a couple of frames, and I want to translate that to have a bigger initial force. Okay, and I can say like that. I use a matte. Okay, and I rearrange 0, 1 to 1 to 2. You can test and play with 3, 4, and so on. You'll see what happened. And now let me set everything nearest pixel. I multiply this here, and let's use that. You see? And yeah, they have now much more force in explosion time. So yeah, we solved that. What else? What else? Let's build some nice trails, okay? And the trails, from what I know, it's the powder that has gone burnt, and yeah, they're particles. Okay, so I plan to take some trace of all the points, and yeah, let's see if we can do that. Okay, let's select here the positions. So, and I will use an UV, so UV component. So inside it's nothing but 2 ramps and a reorder. Okay, and I have this, and I want to, because if you want to build some trails for the points and in tops, yeah, you need to arrange the pixels in a line, and the next line would be a previous position, and so on. Okay, so what I'm trying to do here is arrange all those pixels without the black zone in a line, and I do this with a UV because I have to make it twice. So for the positions and for the colors. Okay, and doing it this way, I only need to arrange one line, and then we use remap. Okay, so maybe once we get there it will make more sense. Okay, and this UV I want to repack it. Okay, into, let's go here and set, let me check. So with particles, multiply with cells. Okay, so Control X, multiply by 1. Okay, now yeah, I can feel the disappointment. So this would be bigger than the maximum limit in a non-commercial. Okay, but yeah, maybe instead of 11, maybe 9 or 7 fireworks, and you will be fine. Okay, so yeah. Okay, we have this, and now let's make use of it. Okay, so now if I remap this texture with the positions, okay, and I go with the UV image, I get something like this. Okay. I just did discover a little issue, and yeah, which I didn't notice it in the beginning. You see those black pixels, And yeah, you can solve that. Just let's set, instead of 11, let's set 12. Okay. Okay. And now we good. No. Sorry about this. So so 12. I'm not sure where I put it here. So okay. And now we good. And like before, you can make it, but first you need to rearrange the cells in a line to read them without black spaces, let's say. And for 11 pixels there, well, the last cells was black. So yeah, we had that issue. Let's say. And now that we have it here remapped, what if we use feedback to build the trail? So I will have a constant, and let's go with this value like this on the length. Okay, and this is RGBA and 0. Okay, and now we have a feedback, and we go with over. So over this feedback, let's make this feedback black, and also drag the pulse for it. Okay, now in this over we use native resolution, bottom, center, we are good. And now we translate 1 pixel at the top. Okay, let's see, we have that space, transparent space there. We are good. And let's change a null here, and we drag this null into the feedback. Okay, now we need to do the same thing for the colors. Okay, so let's take the color. Okay, and this feedback, we copy this feedback again, like this. And now let's make those crazy colors. So let me see here, something strange. Oh, okay, we need this remap, of course. So like this. And now let's use some point sprites, maybe. Let's have a geometry. Inside we delete this. Let's add a point. Okay, and convert this to particles per point, render as point sprites. Okay, and this takes instances, and let's see now. This goes to translate R, G, and B, and this goes for the color. No, it's opposite. Okay, sorry about this. It's opposite. Okay, you see, we already have the trails. So trails, pause, and trails, colors. Okay, let's use the colors R, G, and B. Okay, now yeah, the trails are quite smooth, and what I like to do is to noise them a little bit. Okay, so I use a noise with a very small amplitude and period, like this, and amplitude would be 0, 0, 0.5 and 0.1. So let's see now. Also, I believe, let me check I believe we need a constant here also, okay, to see them better. Okay, now it's something else. Now you see that noise now. So let's take it off. Okay, that noise you can take just a little bit of it, right? And what else I would like to do, it's as I said, I believe the trails are from the powder which gone fired, and that means it's not as bright. Okay, so let's use a matte here, and I will multiply with 2/3 the alpha. Okay, so I'll mask everything else. So now, yeah, there are less visible, and also this has to be blending and so on. But yeah, this is how I build it, and now you can control this from here, and yeah, you can play with it. So this was my tutorial. I really hope you like this. I'm glad that it's not more than 1 hour. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you like this. This file will be available on my Patreon to all the members, free or with paid subscription. And I will have some other things there in a very short time. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.